Hey, it is Christina K. Welcome back to my channel. I'm filming this late, so my lighting is a little off, but I just got back from seeing Captain Marvel. No spoilers here. I work in radio. I know what it's like for a lot of big movies to be spoiled for me because of show prep, so I don't want to do that. I just kind of want to help you figure out if you should be seeing Captain Marvel, what I thought of it as a whole, and going a little further with Marvel. So did I enjoy the movie? I did, more than I thought. I'll be honest, the previews weren't really captivating for me for two reasons. One, I didn't really have that much of a connection with it. Nick Fury, I was really excited to see him, but it just looked kind of fake to me. A lot of the editing in Marvel, it's not perfect, the graphics, the special effects, but it's cool, and I feel like I'm, transported into this Marvel Cinematic Universe, so I was a little nervous about that. I don't know if they were going for a 90s feel with it, or if it just wasn't their greatest visually. It was good. That was rough. I had to kind of separate some of the graphics from it, and it made it feel a little less real, I guess you could say, but still, none of these movies are real. I mean, Loki's not really a thing, is he? But it was enjoyable. I enjoyed it more than I thought. The first 20-30 minutes, they were rough. It was like if you've ever seen Rogue One. The first half hour of Rogue One is kind of brutal, and then all of a sudden you're like, yes, okay, it's great. That's what I felt with this. Was there a lot of things that we could have done without? Probably, but I get it. I feel like they probably cut out what they needed to, and the beginning, that setup, that first 20 minutes, it does set it up. You kind of need to know what's going on. It helps you get to know her a little bit better, which, by the way, Brie Larson, casting, oh yeah, she's very, very likable in the movie. As a female, she's very relatable without saying what she stands for. I think you kind of figure it out. As someone who's had to work hard in my career to prove my power, I think it was quite relatable, more so than Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow. So I'm glad she was the first one to get her own movie, and I'm glad now that we're seeing just how useful she is going to be for Infinity War, which leads me to my next thing. If you're going to see Infinity War, you probably want to see Captain Marvel first. I think there is a reason why they haven't released the full trailer yet for Endgame. Did I say Infinity War? I meant Endgame. Wow, I'm so tired. Endgame. I think there's a reason why they haven't released the full thing, because I think this is going to be a key component in that. Also, it did set up a couple of other things that I've always wondered about in MCU. Some things are still question. Maybe Endgame will wrap some of those up, but I get it a little bit more. The feel of the movie was Guardians of the Galaxy mixed with Star Wars, but I don't mean Star Wars episodes. I mean the filler movies. So Rogue One, Solo, it had those kind of feels to it. You knew you were watching a Marvel movie, although at times, and I've never really seen DC movies, but it did have, I've seen a couple. I've seen a couple of them. It did have feels of that, but you knew it was a Marvel movie, especially when Samuel L. Jackson comes in and Coulson, which, that was the cool part of the editing. They made those guys look so young, and it was believable. It wasn't like, oh, look at that editing they did on him. It wasn't like in Captain America, the First Avenger, when they made him all scrawny and skinny before he was Chris Evans. It wasn't like that at all. So this was legit, and it was really cool. It was really cool to get a little bit more Fury in our lives. There's a lot of questions that are answered and some maybe that are not answered in this. I think you will enjoy it. If you are a Marvel fan, you will enjoy this. Will it be your favorite? Probably not. Will it be your least favorite? I don't think so. My least favorite personally, and I don't want to get hate for this, I still do enjoy the movie, but the one I enjoyed the least out of all of them, I think, or one of the least, would be Doctor Strange or one of the other Iron Mans, Iron Man 3, I think is the one that I was like, eh. Actually, it had some feels of that, but better. It was better than that. So I think it was a good movie as a whole. Is it 5-star movie? No. Is it right up there with the first Avengers? No. But I think it was a good movie. Again, you gotta sit through the beginning. Sitting through the credit scenes are also very important. There are two. There's a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene. The post-credit scene, I'll be honest, is a fluff scene. If you've seen Ant-Man and the Wasp with the ant playing the drums, it reminded me of that. The mid-credit scene, oh yeah, is good. it's kind of what you want. There were a lot of reactions to it in the audience. And you know what? Throughout Captain Marvel as a whole, there were a lot of reactions as well. But I think one of my favorite moments of this movie, it's not a movie moment, don't worry, was the beginning. There's like a tribute to Stan Lee. That was cool. As a Marvel fan, that was really, really cool. He was in the movie too. He does have a cameo, and it's, I'm not going to ruin it, but it was special. I thought it was one of my favorite ones of his. So yeah, I would love to hear if you have seen the movie, what your thoughts are for Endgame. I think this is a very important movie that we needed to set this up. Some people may not agree, but there are key components, whether you like the movie or not, because it's getting mixed reviews. There are important factors for this movie. I think a lot of people that I know, like there's only been like 1 or 2 showings at this point. I think the people that I know that were like iffy on it are not the diehard Marvel fans that have seen every movie. I went with some coworkers, one who has seen everything, knows everything about Marvel, and then another one who enjoys Marvel a lot, but hasn't seen all of them. And he had some questions during the movie, and it made me realize, if you've never seen the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, it is very important to see those. If you've never seen Infinity War, was it the last scene or the second to last scene in Infinity War, like the post-credit scenes, this kind of leads into Captain Marvel and the importance and why you need to see this for Endgame. So there's a lot here. I highly recommend, before Endgame comes out, watching them in order. And this is one of those movies that you have to incorporate on that. We have a little bit over a month to go. Maybe we'll get a bigger trailer soon. We better get those tickets on sale soon because it's crazy. I know Captain Marvel here on Long Island is sold out in just about every theaters for the weekend and the week to come. So it is getting a good response, but Endgame, we kind of need to get those tickets in advance. So hopefully this helps. I say bravo, Brie Larson. Some of the other actors were good too. I don't want to give too much away for the movie, but I thought it was a good movie. Just so you guys know, this Marvel sweatshirt that I have is awesome. I've had so many compliments on it today. It is from Her Universe. Her Marvel stuff is pretty marvelous, if I do say so myself. There's a lot of Captain Marvel stuff that she's got in a lot of other places, but Her Universe, I highly recommend when it comes to Marvel and Star Wars. I mean, she's Ashley, I can never remember her last name. She was in That's So Raven, and she's in the Star Wars universe, so she knows what she's doing. And also, big news today, I know this is a Marvel video, but Star Wars Land got announced for August 29th, opening at Walt Disney World, May 31st for Disneyland. It is going to open in phases at Walt Disney World, so one of the rides will not be open when Galaxy's Edge, which is the name of the land, is open. So I'll have details to come on that. We'll talk more Marvel soon, but yeah, all in all, pretty marvelous day. Go see Captain Marvel. Let me know what you think. I'm Christina K. Have a Disney day.